Hello guys, this is Nestor in China, and this is my first live, and I want to do it to thanks to all your support because thanks to you I reached the first goal of 100 subscribers, and among the perks that this goal allows me is to do live stream. So for this video and this live stream, I chose a topic that may be interesting to you. So I want to show you my first experience when I first came to China. Today, actually, I'm not in China. I'm in Mexico. I came to see my family. This is my sister's house. You can see they're very religious. And, and so today, uh, I want to tell a story about my first impression in China. The first time I went to China, I arrived to the city of Xiamen, and in the airport, one of my colleagues, which is Chinese, went to pick me up. And of course, he's Chinese, a Chinese guy, my IT miner in China. And he started talking to me in Chinese, like, ni hao, huan warning, like, hello, welcome to China. And the first thing I noticed, like, is he Chinese? Are you speaking Chinese? He said, of course, I'm Chinese. But I feel, no, it's not. And what happened is, because before going to China, I don't know anything. I only saw China through movies, like Jackie Chan, Jet Li, these kind of superstars. And what happened is, those persons are from Hong Kong. And politics aside, Hong Kong and China are really quite different. And so the Chinese we hear in the movies is actually Cantonese, which is spoken in certain parts of China, like as Guangzhou, and so it's different. But actually, the main Chinese, the standard Chinese called Mandarin, which is spoken in standard in North China. So that's what for me, my first impression. Arriving in China and not listening to the Chinese, I was expecting to listen here, which was Cantonese. And so that's what I want to tell you. So what about you? What do you think? What's your expectations of China? What do you think China is? Maybe you think in China is poor, China is not safe, or there's no freedom, the country's communist, right? Maybe we live in the old times, not so much technology. But actually, I tell you, you will surprise you ever come to China. In most cases, totally opposite. Some, yes, some have some degree of truth. Most of them is not, and that's what shocked me. So continue the story. So after realizing that, okay, you are Chinese, you just speak in Chinese, I was wrong. So we left the airport and we're driving from the airport to the company. And on the way, I see high buildings, I see McDonald's, Pizza Hut, KFC. I mean, I it was I saw more business that I saw in China, in Mexico, right? So I think about that this country is supposed to be communist. But believe me, guys, China is more capitalist than most of the Western countries. It is amazing. And what about the safety? That's also surprising. And I make a video and about factories, and you can see is the country so safe to the point that, and also culture, it's safe by two factors. First, because the government enforce the poor security, and second is the culture. People are like a more honest, more loyal. But for example, one case to illustrate how safe it's here, that we live in apartments, and sometimes there's an elevator joining all apartments, and you order food or even buy your clothes through online like a Taobao. So the guy, delivery guy, he has no time. So usually they do. They leave the things, either the food or the clothes, even merchandise, expensive merchandise. They just leave in the elevator, and your goods are going up and down, until you get up and pick it up. Nobody has to take it away. Sometimes I also have lost my computer. Afterward, my friends asked me, let's have some beers, no? And I go there, and one day I left my computer in the bar. And the next day I realized, and I come, and my computer was there. They keep it for you. So this is the culture. Now about the government enforcing, at that point, yes, it's kind of communist, but it's in a good way because it's very strict. The laws are strict, and there's a lot of surveillance. So the penalties for crimes is strict. So you need to think twice before doing something. And so in my 20 years living in China, I haven't had any negative thing happen to me. And yeah, even if I recall, I can tell you, it's very safe. Very few times you can see with your first eyes something happen. And as a foreigner, I cannot read Chinese news, so I'm not quite sure. But if there's something very, very bad, my friends will tell me, "No, I go say hello to Chinese friends." So I think at that point, China is also very safe. And what about freedom? Yeah, that's a very sensitive topic. Of course, yes, we have restrictions. Uh, the Taiwan government requires that. I'm not justifying, but I understand it. Because in any point, extreme is bad, right? Like if we have too much freedom, then everybody protests, and then we are chaos. You cannot make happy everybody. So kind of this protest, yes, it's not so allowed. But at some point, yes, you day by day you can see more people are able to express, but in a controlled situation, right? But other than that, I mean, you're free to speak in the restaurants. Um, by policy, I don't talk politics because since Mexico, I think talking politics and religion, you never win, you just get angry, and you cannot solve anything. So, especially in China, I about politics, so I keep okay. Uh, but I can go to a restaurant and say, talk some politics, my friend, but normal, I'm not criticizing, talking bad, but analyzing situation, sharing information. And there's no problem actually. And it's not like you say something, you go in jail. It's not the case. It's a, I can say it's a pretty, you have a pretty level of freedom. And of course, I cannot speak for everybody, maybe in small towns or situations, but I cannot tell you because I haven't experienced that. But so far, I don't see difference between being in Mexico or being in China and talking what I want to talk. Nothing has happened to me. Nobody has told me not to say something. And then what about technology? Technology is something that surprised me every day. I am IT guy. My major in computer science in Mexico. And since I live in China, when I came to China 20 years ago, yes, was not so advanced. But today, I can tell you, it feels even more advanced than Japan. And no offense to my American friends, but compared to USA, at some points, I cannot say it's advanced, more efficient. For example, the payment method. I make another video about 24 hours in China without cash. That is all automated. We can just pay by mobile everything using the app WeChat, and step by step, they're removing people from things like, for example, supermarkets. They have the self-service machine that we pay ourselves, so there are no cashiers in supermarkets. Parking lots, same. There are no people waiting for you. You park and you leave. They use the system, tell you how much. You scan the code, pay online, and you leave. If there's a problem, then you dial a number to call the guy to come. You need to wait like a 10, 15 minutes sometimes. Somebody comes to solve your problem because there's no people. And same happen with the restaurants. In the tables, you have a QR codes. We live with QR codes. So there is no waiter coming to take your order. Just scan a QR code, select what you want, and pay there, and then your food comes. The waiters, yes, they come to give you the food. So there's a lot of automation. AI is everywhere, especially in the app WeChat, in the watch it, is a Huawei watch. And so we have AI everywhere. So China is a very advanced country today in in the area of technology. And our opportunities, well, I've been 20 years in China, 16 of these years on my own, and I always have opportunity to do business. I do branding, I do e-commerce. I recently invested in a restaurant. I was doing a partnership with Electric Bike before, and I can either teach English or Spanish. I mean, you name it. There's plenty of opportunities here to live. So pretty much this is what there are in China. And as you can see, my first impression of China was not totally accurate. And so pretty much that I want to share with you guys. And this is my first live stream, so I really don't expect too many people here. So far, maybe only two. But either you see this video after, you can leave your comments, and you want to know something about China, you can ask me, and I will try to reply you as much accurate as I can. And then, so I want to take a chance also to say thank you to my recent subscribers, which are like I just mentioned the last ones in the last 2 weeks that I can see because sometimes when you subscribe, your privacy policy don't allow me to see you. So I want to say thank you from the oldest new ones in the last 2 weeks to Nuno Araujo, Tam Eddie, the Brock teacher, Dilip Goyle, William Jagon, Bobby Davis, Honchor, Monopoly Liu, Nico 3D Prince, LXN 1972, Apartment WP, Mauri Fabiola, Don Fan Shaw. And so these are the ones that subscribe after 100. And also, I want to share with you my experience about reaching this limit. I never expected I had a goal to reach 100 subscribers in 2 months, which is what most of YouTubers say is the time it takes you to achieve this. But I was so happy that I achieved not only sooner but surpassed it. I left China 1 week ago. I have maybe about 95 subscribers, and I almost close to my 2 months limit. But suddenly, when I arrived to Mexico 4 days later, I saw I was on 97. I think only three to go, and I was so excited. And but because I was busy with my trip to Mexico, I couldn't make more videos. I was worried about it. I want to post at least one video a week. So to make my trip to Mexico, I had to go to another city. From I live in Xiamen, I had to go to Guangzhou, some papers. So I said, okay, I can take a chance to document my trip by train, bullet train, and I make that video. And it shocked me, and it was so popular. It's so far the most popular video, and it helped me a lot to boost and not only achieve 100 subscribers, but at that moment before this live streaming, I was on 140 subscribers. So I really want to thank you, everybody for your support, and I hope I can create more content that is of value to you, and I also want your feedback about it. And I want to show you here, and I achieved that in August 18th. I achieved the 100 subscribers mark, and I'm so happy. And that's why I'm making this live streaming. And to finish this video, so I want to tell you a little bit about me, so you can understand a little bit. So basically, I'm from Mexico. My Spanish my first language, English my second language, Chinese my third language. And first thing is why I make this channel and why I choose English. So back last year, I discovered that YouTube is a good platform and to connect with people. And I'm living in China. I see my life very interesting there. I have many things happen in China around me. So I'm thinking maybe it can be interesting to share it with people. So that's one of the reasons I started the channel. The second thing I was thinking is what language to use, Spanish or English. Of course, the Chinese. My Chinese is not yet that good, but that can be not contra can that cannot be very intuitive. Why, being Mexican, speaking Spanish, I have a YouTube channel in English, right? Well, I was thinking when I took my decision, I realized that yes, I Spanish my language, but after 20 years, I'm forgetting words. And believe it or not, I'm not able to do this like streaming fully in Spanish. There are some words that I knew, especially in the technology, that 20 years ago were not. It's like a live streaming. I don't know how to say that in Spanish. So if I do this channel in Spanish, I can be fluent. I will stop and make pauses, maybe need to check dictionary, which is not good. So I decided that although maybe my English pronunciation is not that perfect, but I have much more vocabulary and I'm more familiar with that, so I can talk more fluently. So the only thing is I had to improve my English. I need to make more passes, pronounce clear, and this I'm trying to do. And I hope you can see my first video. Until now, I think my English is improving, and that's a good thing also to make you improve yourself. So this is about the channel. So what I do in China? Well, I do many things in China. Before I have a branding company in China, in Xiamen, China, Then one of my customers asked me to join as a partner for electric bikes, and that was very quite successful. And now, but I stopped that and personal reasons, and now I basically try to do start my own e-commerce brand too. Also want to do digital marketing. I recently invested in a restaurant with a Colombian friend, and it's doing well. And I also want to develop this influencer career, which is a career very interesting. It's like being a public, and that's my sister already life. And so that's what I'm doing in China. And finally, I also try to discover what are you interested in, what kind of topics you want to know. And I've seen all my videos. The first video that went more popular was about a factory. So I thought, okay, maybe I will make more about factories. But then I saw posting a new video about a nightclub. But I don't have so much things to do about nightclubs. All nightclubs are same. And then finally I put this on train and about the bullet train in China, and it is until now the most popular. So, but I still don't find a pattern. So please, I need your help. Tell me in the comments what kind of content you want to know. What do you want to know about China? What kind of format you want? In like a studio format, you want something from the streets. You want like a carpool. There's a lot of things we can do in China, and there's a lot of things to share about China that I think it can be very interesting to you. So please let me know in the comments. And some ideas I have for you to share. You let me know you like it. Our factories. I'm blessed that being in China, I have a lot of friends and already a businessmen. So in particular, I have one of my friends that they sell equipment for mining, and that's very exciting because one of the customers has a gold mine, literally a gold mine. So I already asking, and he agreed that when I'm back to China, we're going to choose one day and we're going to the gold mine and make a video about it. What do you think? You will like it? And like that, what other topics you want to know? So that's all I can talk for now. It's my first live. I hope either you watch now or you watch it after that you like it. And what can I say? That's it, guys. That's it for this slide. Thanks again for your support. I also have to have the 100 subscribers goal achieved. Thanks for watching. See you next one. Adios.